Hey folks, I'm Jimmie Ratliff with Dynamic Independence. I'm here with Grace Farmer today. She's with Bartlesville Civitan. Actually, we're both with Bartlesville Civitan, truth be told, and we're going to talk a little bit about that organization today. And so Grace, thanks for joining us. And can you tell us a little bit about yourself and how you kind of became involved in Civitan, and then how long you've kind of been a part of that organization?
Well, actually, I got involved with Civitan back in 1965. I grew up, and I call myself a Civitot.
Oh. Huh?
Yeah, because my dad, he was the member of the Bartlesville Civitan Club, and so he joined in 1965, and I was just a little bitty kid. And so I kind of grew up in the ranks of Civitan. But I actually didn't join and become a member until I actually was working for First National Bank in Bartlesville. And one of the Civitan Club members had come to the bank, and they said, we're looking for a couple of people that might be interested in wanting to join and be a part of our group. And so the bank came to me and asked if I knew anything about Civitan, and I go, oh yeah, a lot. So anyway, so the bank said, we'll pay your dues and buy you lunch, and that's how I really got to be really involved. But I grew up in Civitan.
All right. So for those who might not be familiar, can you tell us a little bit about what Civitan actually is and kind of what their primary focus is?
Well, actually, Civitan was started in 1917 by a gentleman named Courtney Shropshire. And the word Civitan, it's Latin. It comes from civitas, which means builders of good citizenship, which is part of our creed. And basically what we do is we work with those with intellectual and developmental disabilities, IDD. And in 1989, Civitan actually started, we're actually headquartered in Birmingham, Alabama. And in 1989, Civitan, they started the International Research Center, Civitan International Research Center. And so that is on the campus of the University of Alabama. And Dr. Craig, Craig Powell, he is our kind of like the guy who runs the show.
Okay.
And they hire about 100 doctors and clinicians, or over 100. And we have a big imaging center. We have the Sparks Clinic. They do research on Rett syndrome, Down syndrome, autism, all kinds of things. And so it's really huge. And so Civitan actually made a pledge when this started of $20 million for the research center. And so in 2020, Civitan paid off their $20 million pledge to this research center.
Yeah.
And it's actually huge. So if you ever get to Birmingham, it's really a place you need to go see and explore. And so since then, we've actually pledged another $1 million, which we've paid off. And so we've actually pledged another $1 million. So it's a big thing for Civitan.
That's excellent. So can you tell me a little bit about some of the impactful projects that we've been involved in as Civitan here in Bartlesville?
You know, as far as Bartlesville go, we were the first ones to build, if you know the park over there on Silver Lake Road, that's a handicap accessible park.
Okay.
And so years ago, we had, of course, we've had several members who have had children who were with IDD, and so we had a couple, and so they got the idea to build this park. So we actually raised $150,000
right
to build this park, and it's basically those for with. I mean, it's for everybody, but if you have an IDD or you have a problem, accessible, it's a great park to go to because we have equipment there, to work with the needs of those. And so it's a really good thing. And we've actually just recently, last year, we partnered with the Green Country Pilot Club, if you don't know what that is. And their mission is those with brain disorders.
Okay.
So we've actually done things with Paths to Independence, which is the school for those with autism.
Right.
And so we partnered with the Green Country Pilot Club, and we actually helped purchase these trikes out there. They're for adults, and they're big trikes, and they have a track out there, so for their motor skills.
So you're working on kind of gross motor skills with that. That's excellent.
Yeah. And so we partner with them. So we do a lot of things within the community, but that is our main focus. We try and do a little bit of other things too, but our main focus is those with IDD.
Okay, excellent. So in addition to supporting individuals who have disabilities and some of these projects in there, what else has Civitan done in our area to promote the community or to provide other services to members of the community who may not have a disability?
Well, actually, way back when, if you know what the Washington County No Water Nutrition Project is, we actually cook meals and we serve it for those that may not have enough money to actually go out and buy groceries and so forth, and that's done on a daily basis. And it's headquartered out of Dewey, but we are the club that actually started that.
Okay.
It is actually run by Card now. And several years ago, Bartlesville Civitan Club, we actually got $4 million from HUD. And if you go down past on Madison there behind Homeland, it's the Bartlesville Senior Apartments. Mm-hmm. And so we got $4 million to build those, $2 million to build them, and $2 million to oversee them when we hired Gorman Management to take care of them. So we have 40 apartments out there for those that are low. Basically, you got to be over the age of 62.
Okay.
And but low income, and you have a need. So we take care of those seniors out there, and then as I said, and then we also have since we no longer actually have the Washington County No Water Nutrition Project as part of our club. Card runs it, but we do have a site there, so you can go and you can get food and get lunch. And
excellent.
Yeah. So anyway, that's some of the things that and those are big projects between the nutrition project, the park that we built, and then the housing unit. Those are three big things that Civitan has actually done for the community.
That's excellent. So in between these types of big projects, sometimes we support smaller projects as well,
yes,
correct?
We do, yes. And if you notice, if you've ever been to one of our paddle parties, we actually use those as a fundraiser for ourselves, but also to help those in the community. And coming up, we actually did one, which we're going to do another one. We're working with the Friends of the Dewey Park, because they are trying to actually, there's a park in Dewey, and so they're wanting to make it more handicap accessible and do some things. So we are partnering with them and trying to help them raise money for that park in Dewey.
So my understanding is they're going to have some accessible equipment that will be there as
Yes.
well. And it's pretty robust from some of the plans that we've kind of seen so far. They were at the last paddle party that we did in November, maybe?
Yes.
Or somewhere back then. Seems like a while back, but it hasn't been all that long ago. And they just had, they were also selling bricks and some other things to help raise money for that at that paddle party. And we kind of had some conflicting things, other things that were going on within the community. So we're looking at doing another paddle party coming up.
Yes.
And that money that we raise from there, a portion of that will also go to benefit the Friends of Dewey Park.
Yes.
Along with the previous amount that we had provided. So let me ask you, from the standpoint of somebody who might hear these things and go, do you we want to get involved, we want to be a part of Civitan, we want to come and kind of see what it's all about and learn more. Tell us a little bit about the meeting schedules and how that works.
Well, actually, we meet the first Thursday of every month at Bambino's for lunch, and we have a speaker. And then on the third evening of the month, we meet at 6:30 at our senior housing project. And what we do is it's kind of like a project meeting or whatever. And sometimes we do have speakers at those meetings, but basically we kind of break bread together. Someone brings the main dish, and then we sit down and we eat, and we kind of talk about the things going on and projects and things that we could be doing within the community.
Excellent. So that's the first Thursday at noon and the third Thursday at 6:30.
That's right. And for those who don't know, you are currently our president-elect of the Bartlesville Civitan.
I am the current president-elect of the Bartlesville Civitan. So show up, and we'll treat you to a good time and learn some things. We'll have special speakers, or come and break bread with us. It's a great time to get together and help to support your community, both individuals with disabilities and the community as a whole. Civitan is very much builders of good citizenship, so we're looking out for the best interest of everybody.
Yeah, plus, too, I actually serve on the international board of Civitan International. And so basically we are more than just within the United States. And so we're in Canada, we're in Europe, Asia, all kinds of places. And just recently we opened up some new clubs near Rome.
Wow.
Yeah. So anyway, we opened up a YP club, and it's kind of like young professionals. And so basically we're a group, we're diversified of all ages. And but anyway, so if you would love to be a part of us, we would love to have you as a member.
Absolutely. So finally, before we close out today, what do you find the most rewarding about being a part of maybe not just Civitans, but as serving the community? I know you're involved in a lot of things around the community as well. And what do you find the most rewarding about that? Because it does take a lot of personal time to be involved in those things.
I know you have to be willing to have a servant's heart.
Yes.
And what we do for the community, we don't do for ourselves, we do for others. And so it's basically, my goal is to be out there serving the best I can to help other people.
Sure.
You know, and along the way, you know, it's the things that you give and the amount of stuff you get back is not maybe necessarily materialistic, but it's a feeling, though, that you've done something to help your fellow human being.
That's excellent.
Yeah.
That's excellent. So before we go, anything else to add about Civitan?
No, it's just, like I said, it's a great organization. And we actually used to have 2 clubs in Bartlesville. And we're down to 1 club, but of course a lot of, you know, civic organizations find themselves, you know. Anyway, but needless to say, we're just a great group. It's like a family, you know, and we're there for each other when we need to be, but we also want to be there for the community. And so, anyway, there are dues that you have to pay. It's not free, but basically, what you get out of it is just so much more. Because we work with Special Olympics too, which that will be coming up shortly. So we do things with Special Olympics, but basically, our main focus is those with IDD, but we also want to help others in the community, so it's not just those with IDD.
Excellent. So be on the lookout for some dates that will be posted pretty soon about the upcoming paddle party.
Yes, we have a Facebook page, so if you want to like us on Facebook.
Okay.
Yes,
Bartlesville Civitan Club?
Yes.
Yep.
Yes, we're on Facebook.
And we will also share any of that information out to Dynamic Independence page here whenever that will be going on. So we appreciate you coming in today, Grace, and talking with us, and we look forward to more great things from Civitan and the Bartlesville community in the future.
Okay, thank you very much.
All right, thank you.